Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Wednesday, March 5th of 2025. So I'm doing my weekly or daily cleaning lists. And so I will say today is Wednesday, so I didn't do Monday, Tuesday, and then today is now Wednesday. I had the dentist on Thursday and I was at the dentist again yesterday. So recovering from major dental work being done in the last few days. My own hair in my mouth. Okay. So I'm going to just do a fast clean of my entire main floor. I mean, there's not a lot to this house. So Mondays is my front entrance, hallway, stairways, spare bedroom, the kitchen. And then Tuesday is the bathrooms, the master bedroom, my walk-in closet in the basement, and then washing any laundry. And then Wednesday is my living room, the pantry, and washing any other laundry. And then Thursday I have cleaning my laundry room, the utility room, and the main area of the basement. And then I also had some extra things I could do. So I'm going to say, because I have been cleaning, doing this daily checklist or weekly checklist like this really keeps you like keeping up with the cleaning. So if you miss a day or two, you don't really notice it because you'll catch up. I always, like I said, if I miss a day, I'll just do like, the next day. That's why I have my schedule where I only have like 3 days where I'm really cleaning. So I've got 4 days to do catch up. But then there's so many things that I do every day cleaning. Like in the living room, before we go to bed, or even first thing in the morning, like I did this morning, I had time. I kind of straightened up the couch. It's hard to tell. My dog's up here. She's knocked the blankets down. But there's the throw blankets that we keep on the couch. And so this morning I fold them and put them in the baskets. The kitchen, we wash the dishes after every meal. I'm cleaning as you're going, things like that. Then it just doesn't build up. So, like I said, I'm just going to go through and do just a simple walkthrough and show you what I have to clean in my house. And, like I said, I haven't really done much cleaning since Wednesday or Thursday, whatever. Can't quite remember what day I was doing some major cleaning. I've been spending the last couple days working on down in the basement. So I got my walk-in closet is done, like all the clothes is done. I just have to deal with the, how I'm going to hang or organize my purses, shoes, and my belts. Those are just the last couple things I have to figure out how to organize them. And I've also been working on my pantry, which I'm almost finished. I just have to take a few food items and just put them back up on the shelf. So my pantry, I'm going to finish that today as well. So, and then I can just go back to focusing on the main area of my basement. And so that's my plans for today. It's just going to do a basic clean of the main floor and then go back down and work on my basement. So first I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of my house and just show you I haven't really done much cleaning this week and there's not really a lot to do. In the living room, like I said, when I get the spare bedroom upstairs fixed, I do want the printer to be upstairs. It just makes more sense. And then we're getting ready for taxes. So this is all our receipts are sitting here. So those I need to keep out. And that's just my Bible. And then that's the books and video games from the library. So they just stay there. Some Christmas gifts. And then, like I said, everything here is pretty much clean. I mean, my husband was sanding. And so I do have to dust that. I just noticed that just now. Couldn't quite tell what that was, but yes, I will have to wipe that down. But otherwise, my living room is clean. Front entrance, today's our garbage day, so pets had food this morning. My dog had her food this morning, so her can is just there because we put it in the garbage can. She will take it out. So this is clean. We still have to get the clock hung up. My husband was having trouble with his stud finder, and then we had to buy a wall anchor. So we just got the anchor, so now he can put those up. Like I said, so the kitchen, other than just the counter's got some sticky here. I don't know what that is. needs to get wiped off. Oh, the counters need to get wiped off. The top of the stove. Just like I said, my husband was sanding, so there is like drywall powder on the surface of everything. But my oven are still clean. Haven't really done any baking since I last washed them out. So I don't have to do my oven door or inside my oven this time. My microwave always needs to be cleaned, although I'd have to say I don't think we've actually used it much. It actually looks clean, just surprisingly. And then my fridge, same thing. Like I love this fridge, the freezer part especially, having the drawers, so you just slide out, and it really keeps everything really organized. So I can see exactly what I have in my freezer. And then same with the fridge, you know, I mean, the fridge is pretty clean and organized. I've got a couple containers of leftover foods I gotta go through. But, you know, for the most part, my fridge is, you know, clean, organized. Not a lot to really go through and get rid of. I will have to check the bread. I do know, I gotta check the bread. I don't, let me see, that's the one thing we always forget. I always forget to double check is, so I don't eat the bread, and then there's some pizza crust that we've gotten. So I will have to check those. Actually, I can't even get this open more. It's so hard to pull this stuff out one hand. Pizza crust looks fine. I am just going to seal this bag, and I'm going to stick them in the freezer. I don't think we're going to make pizza for, actually, I think that's, I don't know. I'll look at them later. I can't quite tell. It's hard to do that one hand, so I will double check the pizza crust. Excuse me. And then in my room, I made my bed already this morning, and so I don't use these blankets. They're just folded, and then I throw them on the floor every night. And then I've got those mats were outside, and they just got to get taken back down to the basement. I brought them in yesterday, and I just set them in here so my cat wouldn't pee on them. Then I do have laundry to do, and then I gotta straighten up some of my coats and bags that are sitting here. But there's not really a lot to do. My husband still has to put this stuff away, but he's still using some of the tools, and he just hasn't had the time to really go through and put that stuff away. That being said, you can see he's doing sanding and painting and touch-ups, so we'll have this type of stuff in the house for just a little while longer. And then the bathroom is clean. There's like not really much to do. I did take the pinking shears and trim this, a little crooked, but it looks so much better. It's not the jagged, wavy lines. You can see where some of the scissors kind of snagged a little. It kind of was crooked in places, but it just looks so much better. In my tub, everything is clean. I just cleaned my tub the other day, so it looks clean to me. I did buy this, and for some reason it's not sticking to anywhere I put this. It doesn't want to stick to this plasticky stuff. It only wants to stick to the tile. And the only tile space that it fits is right here, but when I open and close the curtain, I knock it down every time. So I just kind of left it in the bathtub because it's just so, see, it stays there. But opening and closing the curtains, I bump it and I knock it down. I'm going to just leave it like that for now. So the bathroom is pretty clean. But I will show, so we did get, I know I said this last week and then I think I forgot to film it, but we did get our new lights installed. So going up the stairs, we've got 3 pot lights, and then instead above that 1-bedroom door we had the big light sticking out. So it was just nice to have, 3 pot lights, lots of light. And then same with here in this hallway, same thing. We've got the 3 pot lights, just makes the hallway so much brighter. And then going down to the basement, we've got the 2 pot lights. So one at the very top and one at the very bottom. It makes my house so much brighter. So that's what I'm going to work on. So I'm going to start with the living room. I don't think there's much to really do. Like I said, it's clean. I think I just need to vacuum. And then I got to get the dusting spray and just wipe down the china cabinet. Then I just got to put a few other loose things away, and I will be back. Right, so I've got my little microfiber cloth here. I got a couple sets of these. This one says dust, so I use this one for the furniture. And I've also got this lemon furniture polish. So I'm just going to, if it works, just give it a quick spray. Then I go in the same direction, or wipe in the same direction as the grain. So depending on what I'm wiping off, it kind of depends on what direction I'm going in. There, now see, that looks a lot better than it did. I'm not doing a major clean. I'm just doing a fast, quick, basic clean. So I got all the powder off of there. If I was doing a better clean, I would, spray more of this, but I'm almost out. And I don't know if I have any downstairs. I don't remember. I think I have a can downstairs. So, I'd have to open the doors and do all the sides. But I just want to do a quick, fast little clean today. So I'm going to say, other than a vacuum, my living room is, clean. Now I'll come into the kitchen. And I think the only thing is just the countertops and the cook stove. So I'm going to start with the cook stove. Just going to get the camera lined up. Okay. So for my cook stove, I have the Cerama Bright. And then I have these red scouring pads. Now these I buy in packs of 3 from Canadian Tire. And these are actually designed for cooktops only. You could use them for other things, but I buy this pack and they're specifically the red ones. And I forget which brand, but I find these are just the best ones. So it's not like this is very dirty, so I don't need a lot, but I do see some burnt on stuff. Just polish this in. Then I will rinse this out and rinse this off. Like I said, there wasn't much on my cook stove. There were just a few spots where water had boiled over and it wasn't cleaned up. And then I used the burner the next day and didn't realize that there was stuff. Although making pasta, the water boiled over and it didn't get cleaned up. And then the next day I was cooking, and then I realized that the didn't get cleaned up. So I'm just gonna rinse this out. That, and then I'm just going to grab another dry cloth. And this other cloth, and this one says the kitchen, so I'm going to use this one, and then I can use the same one when I do the counters. The cook stove is cleaned. And then I have this is the terrific stainless steel cleaner. Just do a little quick on the top of here and the microwave. Just wipe it off. Just getting between the dials and on the display here. And oops, I'm going to take this little tea towel off. I'm going to spray the front of these doors. Wipe this down because I know I oversprayed that, and put the little hanging tea towel back on. Right, so that's that one done. So my stove is done, so now I'm going to do my counters. I'm going to move these. So move everything off the counter. Grab another clean cloth. This one also says the kitchen on it, and I'm going to grab my marble and quartz cleaner. That, and then I'm gonna just gonna do this. Oh, if I'm in the frame when it's going that direction. I tried. Just gonna move my spice racks over. Spray. that. Now I'm just going to go and do the large counter behind me, the same thing. Just move everything off, spray it down. Like I said, my husband was painting, so I will show this. I don't know how, but he splashed paint on my coffee pot and the counter. I mean, it's dry, so it just comes off. But I don't know how he managed to splash paint over here. And so that's going to take a few minutes to scrub that off. So I'll get this counter. I think it was because even though we have a laundry room sink, and I told him, I said, sink downstairs is stainless steel, he still rinses out all the brushes in this sink. So I have paint in this sink to clear off as well. I've got white and blue paint to clean, so it's going to take a few minutes of scrubbing to get my sink shiny as well. So I'll be back as soon as I get the sink scrubbed and this counter all cleaned. Right, so I got the sink all cleaned. It looks so much better. And the whole counter is done. Now I do have to actually scrub out my coffee maker. I know that. And the tea kettle, they need a good cleaning. But I'm not doing that today. So the last thing in my kitchen is, oops, sorry for my fingers. I'm just trying to just get my camera stand to stay still. Is, oops, wrong one. Just gonna do the outside of my fridge. So I gotta take these off. I've got this and this. And again, I always go with the grain, or try to. And just get a roll around the edges of the door. Like I said, I'm not doing a deep clean of my fridge. My fridge is fairly clean, but there's just this ledge here, stuff drips. So there's crumbs get here. Oops, what was that? I saw something when I shut the door. There. So I will say now my kitchen is done. It just needs to be vacuumed and mopped. So now I'm going to go and do the bathroom. Right, so cleaning my bathroom, I'm just going to move the things off of the ledge here. My bathtub is fine. I'm going to try this. I'm just wondering if this is quite heavy. This scrubby pad here is quite heavy, so I was just wondering if that's what's causing it to slide. And that has its own suction cup, so I stuck that one there, and then I stuck the one over here, which is the two smaller ones. I did just quickly rinse out my tub with just some water. It's clean, everything. So it's just my sink and my mirror that need to be done. So I'm just going to move these things out of my way. I gotta find something about this. My soap dispenser is leaving marks on, because it's glass and it's got the grout. So when it's wet, it's leaving this residue stuff right here that's not coming off. So to figure out what to do about that. And then we've got like hard water, and so this sink's already getting like a calcium buildup around the drain. Alright, I let that sit for a few minutes and I went and got the razor blade. I don't want to damage this, but I'm just wondering if the razor blade would help get some of that stuff off here. I think it did. My sink is dripping on me lately. Okay, so I'm just going to go grab some cloth and wipe that off, and I'll be right back. Yes, so I did with that little scraping tool, I can't think of what it's called, just got all that off. So I'm going to have to put something on the bottom of this to prevent that from scratching. Same with this one. It does leave a little bit of a mark as well. Not as much. I'm going to move this here so you can see, like, this is like a smooth glass surface. This one is all rough. So it's just the grout kind of etches onto here. And I did quickly clean my mirror, so my mirror is done. So my bathroom is done. I've got the bath mats now in the sink, or the washer, and my room I was working on too when I wasn't really filming myself clean in here, but there wasn't really anything to do. I just straightened up my coats, took down some extra purses I had down to the basement. My laundry's now in the dryer. So my room is done. My bathroom is done. My kitchen is done. I need to turn these lights on. The kitchen is done. My living room is done. Like I said, all I need to do is just do a quick vacuum and maybe mop in a few places. But this is all done. So I think I am done for today for what I was going to be cleaning. Said I was at the dentist last Thursday and I was at the dentist yesterday, so just wanted to kind of get caught back up and doing my basic cleaning. I really do find having this cleaning schedule really helps to just kind of like streamline. Like I said, I've got everything, like the area and then what gets done, and then I even have a spot for extra things that I could do in case I didn't really need to do much. And I mean, I can, like I said, I can pick and choose what to do each day. So like I said, I think my main floor is now done. Like I said, just vacuuming, which doesn't take me too long to vacuum. I don't need to film myself vacuuming. And I've got my Bissell 3-in-1 the Power Fresh mop. Again, it's easy to use. It's just water. The garbage truck just went by. So she's just going to growl until he's fully gone by. But okay, again, I guess I'm done for my cleaning for today. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channel and watching my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.